guys, Andrew Erickson here. I'm one of the Titan leaders. I'm going to Hey guys, I'm going to show you the beginning parts of a spreadsheet. This is for the very, very beginners. You might still learn something from this, but this is definitely, if you don't know anything about spreadsheets, definitely start right here. If you know like how to load files and stuff, like you might be able to skip this one. I'm going to go through quickly the beginnings of how to do spreadsheets. Okay, so we're going to analyze some stuff that real Amazon sellers are going to want to analyze, and I figured I was trying to find something like fun and easy. I'm just going to use a keyword tool from Helium 10. And so if you want to follow along, I actually grabbed this thing. It's the #1 rated thing for silicon spatula. So, you know, silicon spatula is kind of like a cliche thing. So I grabbed it. I put this ASIN into Cerebro, and I pulled down the keywords. Again, this is Helium 10 Cerebro. Just type it in here, get the keywords. I've already got them. But yeah, okay. Yep, I already have them. So now we see here, I'm just going to filter this down. I'm not actually doing anything, so like don't worry about the actual numbers, but I just put in 1,000 and organic rate 1 to 50, just so I can only have 43 keywords, just because it makes it a little bit easier to play with. But the nice thing is these principles still work if you have 1,000 or 10,000 lines. I'm just going to do 43. It's a little bit easier to learn on, right? Okay, so now from here on Helium 10, they have this little button to export. Now again, this will work on Amazon, this will work for your P&L, this will work for anything else that you have that's like a CSV file. We're going to go ahead and download this as a CSV, and we're going to learn how to import this into a spreadsheet. So now I downloaded it, and I'm on a Mac and on Chrome, but yours might look a little bit different, but should be pretty much the same. So there's two ways that we're going to do it. I'll show you both. So I actually first load it in Excel, and this is a CSV file. Then CSV stands for comma separated values. That doesn't really matter though. It's whatever. It's just a file. Okay, so now what we can do here is just copy this whole thing. And it's just 43 lines, and I'm going to copy. And I'm on a Mac, so it's Command C. If you're on a Windows machine, it's Control C. So copy. You can also just do Edit, copy. And then I'm going to go to my spreadsheet. I'm here in Google Sheets, and I'm just going to paste. Boom. That's it. Now my data is loaded. So now you've just learned how to load data into a spreadsheet. Now we're going to learn how to, I'll show you how to do some columns and rows and stuff. So what we're going to do is learn how to add columns. So let's say this thing, I might want to pick out my favorite keywords. I don't know, whatever. I don't really care. So I'm going to right-click, insert right left. So I'll go ahead and say best keyword. And let's go ahead. I'm going to insert one again, and we're going to say column to kill. Okay, and then here I can just be like, oh, this is my favorite one, this is my favorite one, no, this is the worst one, this is the worst one. Okay, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, right? I just want to show you how to insert. I can also add one in here. Let's say if I want to, I don't know, grab this one, I can highlight this, I can click this row, and I can just drag, see the little hand pops up? I can actually drag this up, put it there. So that's how I would manipulate the rows and columns and stuff. I'll go ahead and zoom in so we can see this a little better. Yeah, okay. And so now we just learned how to do that. Now let's say I see this competing score, and I don't know what this stuff is. I'm just going to go ahead and right-click and say hide column. That means I'm not deleting it, I'm hiding it. Boom. Now we can go ahead and, let's just go ahead and like hide all of these. So we can do it all at once. So we can highlight all of these, right-click, hide column G through M. There we go. And that's it. We'll go ahead and hide this one. And now I'm also going to kill this one. So I added this one. I'm just going to go ahead and kill this one. Just delete column. That's it. That's it. You just did a whole bunch of column stuff. Now this thing already looks so much easier to read. If you want to get these hidden things back, you can actually click this little like expander button, boink, and it all comes back. All the data's there, and guess what? We can just hide it again. Yeah, it makes it really easy. We can do the same thing with rows. We can insert rows. We can also hide them. That's it. Look how it goes 1, 2, 3, skip some 6. That means those rows are hidden, and we can just pop out like that. We'll go ahead and delete them. That's it. You've just done columns and that stuff. Now, let me show you some things that are also beginner stuff. there's this thing down here at the bottom called tabs, and you push this little plus button, and we can actually double click and name these tab 1, tab 2. That's it. So now you have another tab, and we'll go ahead, maybe we'll just pick like our favorite ones and add it to that tab. So let's say we just want to keep these ones, right? And we'll just have something like this. Boom. Now we have a nice little tab. We'll call these like the best keywords. Best keywords. And we'll call these all keywords. Okay. Next thing that all people should know, all beginners should know, is how to filter and sort. So what we're going to do is highlight all of these things. And you can do it manually like this, or I'm just like dragging. There's also a little ninja hack for you. If you hit Command A on a Mac or Control A, boom, it hides the whole thing. Look, and it's smart too. It knows the edges, so you just learned how to like highlight all that stuff. You don't have to drag and drop anymore. We now are going to push this little button. It looks like a little, kind of like a weird Y with a band on top. It's supposed to be like a little funnel, like a little filter thing, right? So go ahead and click that. We now have all of our stuff is all smart and filtered, and so we can do something like this. Let's say we just want. Let's go ahead and sort. Okay, so you see this little triangle thingy. Go ahead and push that, and you see how it says A and Z, A to Z. That means we'll go from low to high. Look at that. Now we have all the organic rank things. Let's see the highest search volume. This guy's ranking for silicone spatula is 34,000. That's awesome, right? And so we will, so you can sort like that. Now that's sorting. Now let's do some filtering. So let's say here we have all these organic rank things. Let's say I want to see like where is he number 1 at. So what I can do is I can actually take off some of these values. And you see how like it just filtered off all those values? That's filtering. So I'll go ahead and select them all again. And they came back. Okay, now let's do like a little conditional. Conditional is like a fancy word for saying like if this, then that. So condition, we'll say, let's just say like, we want to see all the numbers are less than 10. We want to see where he's ranked in the top 10 for. And we can see here, this list is now filtered, and now look at these rows here: 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 9, 11. You see they're skipping some numbers. Those numbers are filtered, and we can apply multiple filters too. So let's say we only want to look at our quote unquote best keywords. So we're just going to look at. You see how we just have one selected? Boom! We just made our whole list go from like 50 or 45, whatever it was, down to just 4. Next thing we're going to learn for beginners is how to format and remove duplicates. Okay, so this is also very useful and everyone should know this. So again, we're going to highlight our range and we can actually do this thing. There's actually a button that just removes duplicates for us. And so I just want to show you this part here. We have, I just made this stuff up, right? ASIN, product, red spatula, blue spatula, green spatula, the cost to buy this product and the price to sell this product at. Again, these are just made up numbers. They kind of look weird because first of all, there's some duplicates in here. Maybe someone entered them twice, or maybe whatever. Doesn't matter. There's some duplicates. There's no point in like keeping all this like extra information just floating around, right? Let's even make it a little more extreme. Just like, okay, there's a bunch of stuff in here. Like, why is all this in here? We don't need so much data, right? Also, what's up with this formatting? Like, it's hard for me to read this because it's supposed to be dollars, but it's not. So the first thing we're going to do is going to remove the duplicates, and it's just going to be data, remove duplicates. Now, generally, data will have headers, okay? And we're going to go ahead and just grab whatever is a unique value. So like in this case, we can key off of ASIN. We can also key off of product too. It doesn't matter in this case. But in this case, we're going to key off of ASIN, and it says there's 8 duplicates and 3 unique rows found, which is perfect because we know there's red, blue, and green, so it's awesome. It just deleted those 8 that we didn't care about. Awesome. Now it's like looking so pretty. How do we make these into dollars? It's crazy easy. See this little dollar sign? Boom. They're dollars now. Isn't that nice? Isn't it so much easier to read now? If you want to get a little more advanced too, let's say you have like a date. Okay, I've added these dates, and these are kind of like weird dates. Whoever put these in didn't format them right. They're all over the place, right? And it's kind of hard to read because it's not the same format, and just don't like it. So what we can do is we can actually go into Format, Number, and then here's all sorts of cool examples of dates we can pick. And so inside the date range, you can actually do more formats too. There's like a trillion. You can like super customize this. But in this case, we're just going to pick this really simple one. We want it all to be formatted the same way, the American way of month, day, year. And look at that. It all does it automatically. Excel or Google Sheets is like super smart and just formats it all for you. So that's how you format data, or format numbers like that. And then the next thing we're going to show you is how to do conditional formatting. That's like to color it. So what we're going to do here is I want to see, let's say this is like a longer, this is kind of a short list, but you can see why, oh no, here, let's go ahead and go back to our keyword stuff, right? So I'm going to remove all this filtering. And I only want to see, I want like everything that's ranked number 1 to pop out bright green. So what I'm going to do is highlight this whole thing. And then we can do format, conditional formatting. Condition means like if, like an if-then, right? Conditional. And we're going to say, there's all sorts of things in here you can put in, but let's say like let's say in the top 10. Less than 10, make it green. Look at that. Now we can see like which ones are in the top parts, right? And now let's go ahead and do, let's give this a nice little fun rule. Again, that's format, conditional formatting. And here we can do like a color scale, so we can actually make it kind of look like from high to low. And we'll go ahead and use like, we'll use, yeah, this one. So you can see here, you see how the color scale, you see how 1000's at the bottom and 3000's at top, and you see how it kind of moves like in a gradient, so you can kind of tell. Now look what happens if we filter like this. We can see, oh wow, look at that. The top ranked guys and like green, that can, hopefully it tells us something interesting, right? And so you can use that conditional format to kind of read this stuff a lot quicker. So that's it for the beginner stuff. Next we're going to do the intermediate stuff. We're going to learn some like equations and stuff. It'll be fun.